Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique War Game Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What are Let's Build videos and what they're all about? Well, Let's Build video, I take a model kit and I show you how to put it together. If there's any areas of concern on the sprue, like things numbered differently, or any events of chains and stuff like that, pipes and all that, I'll give you a heads up so you don't break it and by mistake. If there's anything you need to be aware of putting a model together, if the instructions tell you to do X, Y, and Z, and I said no, do X and Y first of all, and then do Z, and whatever way, just do it different to what the instructions do, is to give you guys a heads up and help you guys forward. If you're interested in collecting models for an army but not sure how difficult they are to put together or anything else, it's a visual way to help you guys out. If you suffer with dyslexia but just or instructions in general, again, this is a visual way to show you how the parts go together. These Let's Build videos are all designed to make all models accessible to everyone, no matter your age or your skill limit or anything like that. It's just to really make them easy for everyone. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so today, as you will see from the thumbnail, I'm going to build these Worldeaters of Khorne. These are the ones that come out at the end of 9th edition. And these are the newer ones. I do have a box of two boxes of the older ones. So as always, for everyone that's new, go through tools needed. So a mod line scraper. Now you can use a hobby knife or some sort of surgical blade. If you're using a bladed tool, be careful because it's sharp. Just let anyone in the house know you're using that, so nobody scares you by accident and you end up cutting yourself. We have clippers, most useful part of our kit for snipping bits of the sprue. I have some sanding sponge as well. Now, sanding sponge is basically a bit of foam with sandpaper either side. This is very handy for chains and pipes and little bits that you have to be careful with. You can get this in the hardware shop, somewhere near the sandpaper or the wallpaper, somewhere in between there. And this is a plastic kit, so plastic glue. I do have super glue at hand just in case, but I very much don't think I'm going to need that. So the first thing we do for everyone that's new, we go through the sprue and see sprue or sprues and see what we can ascertain is what, to make our job a lot easier. Because you look at just 3 sprues like this, you can go, what the hell is all of this? But let's have a look at stuff. Heads. Absolutely fantastic. I love these sculpts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's eight of those guys there. Absolutely fantastic. You've got more heads here, but they're unhelmeted. Again, they're still fantastic sculpts. I mean, look at these guys. It's fantastic. We've got chainsawed arms, bolt pistol arms, legs. There's more legs. There's bodies. Some crazy bodies. There's backpacks. Shoulder pauldrons. Look at that. The detail now is just exceptional. That's one sprue. So we have the second sprue, which has pretty much the same stuff on it. Some more heads, some more shoulder pauldrons, body parts, chain axes, backpacks, chain swords, bolt pistols. There's an icon to go on one of them. Some more heads. Absolutely insane parts. And the last sprue again has these type of shoulder pauldrons, which is like half ones. They're still fantastic. Plasma pistols, chain axes, more backpacks, more body parts, leg parts, and this is double-handed chain axe. It's actually insane. Now I've had a brief look in the instructions, and the options for these guys are just, there's so many different options. I'm just going to quickly run you through those options. And I apologise when I put this in front of the camera if the camera starts flickering. But there's the different head options. They're all optional heads you can use. The backpack's the same, so you can use any backpack on any one of these guys. Same as the shoulder pauldrons. You can use any one of them on any guy, which is absolutely insane. That's the first major options you have. The next one, this is the first guy to build. So you can build him like this. It's got bulk pistol and plasma pistol. Yeah, the head's, the axe is different, I think. Yep, the axe is different. The head's different. Yeah, so many different combinations you can do with these guys. So the first thing we're going to do, we'll finish getting set up. I'm going to come at you with the first pieces. Right, so there is a lot of, there's 3 sprues and there's a lot of parts on this. So I'm going to try and, when I locate the parts for you and show you where they are, I'm going to try and give you a point of reference. Okay, so the first one is number 1 and number 2, which these two up in the corner. And by what I can see, okay, so this is the body for the first guy, the leg and the body. But point of reference is, this is the one with the 2-handed chain axe on. Okay, put it up in that corner. So there's the chain axe, that's where the parts are. So I'm going to snip 2 body parts off. I'm going to show you how they go together. So it's very straightforward. There's 2 pins there. There's 2 holes there. They're just slots on top like that. Okay, the sanding sponge comes on its own, because it comes into its own here, because you'll see there's just 2 bits either side of the modelled grenade and the other piece that you don't really want to be trying to scrape with a scraper. So I'm going to glue that into place, and I'm going to come back to you for the next piece then. Right, next piece of these, number 4, which is this piece here. So you've just taken those 2 pieces. Number 4, I'm going to snip it off, clean it down, show you how it goes on. Right, this one has that funny little square bit there. If you look in there, there's that funny little square bit. So literally just slots in like so. Okay. So I'm going to glue that into place. We'll come to the next piece then. Right, so the next one we need is number 3, which is this one here. I'm going to snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. Right, so this number 3 just goes on there like so. Okay. So it's like that. It's a bit weird. No, it looks fine. Trying to figure out is that right or not. Because the picture looks a little bit different. The picture looks like his leg is sort of behind himself a little bit more. That seems right. Yeah, that seems right. Now you just go in his base, which is, there are 10 32mm bases in the box. So the best thing to do with this, because he's in a dynamic pose, yeah, best thing to do is get some glue on the flat side, which is this bit here. Get paint ready so you can stand him. So he's not going to want to stand on his own. No, dear me. No, he's not going to want to stand on his own. So I've got him on the base. That's why I've done off camera, because I said I'm going to fiddle with him. The camera's still rolling, so if I just go off camera and just put him on the base. Now, I don't need the pot there. He is pretty solid on there, because I put him on there and just moved him back and then put the pot in front. But he's actually just touching it, so as the glue dries it'll be fine. Now the problem is I need all the other parts for him now, but he has an option of 2 different weapons. So what we're going to do, instead of me sitting there waiting for ages for that to dry and then start trying to glue bits on and the glue's still tacky and all that business, I'm going to take off the rest of the parts for this model, okay, clean them down and just leave them next to him. So when I go I don't need that there. So when I go on to the next guy, I can then do the same thing. So by the time I get to the 3rd or 4th guy, I can then just glue all these parts onto him. So first thing we need to decide what we... Actually, no, sorry, there's another part for this guy. Number 5, which is this piece. So I'm going to snip that off. Again, look, all this chains and stuff. This is where the sanding sponge really comes into such a good effect, because it's so easy to clean. Snip this off. I'm going to clean it down. I'm going to leave it beside him. Yeah. Then we've got a choice of number 7 or number 8. Okay, this is going to be a sergeant guy, so I'm going to give him number 8, which is plasma pistol. Yeah, I'm going to clip that off, plasma pistol, and this piece off. I am actually going to give him this head, because I love this head. And so snip those 3 pieces off, clean him down, I'm going to leave beside him, and I'll come back and show you where the axe is. Right, so his axe is actually 131, which is this one here. Okay, I don't know why he's given a Pacific axe, but that's his one. And then any backpack you want. So I'm just going to snip off. Actually, there's some really good backpacks here. I'm going to snip off this one for him. 2 skulls on his back. So I'm going to snip those 2 pieces off, clean them down, and then leave them beside his model, and we'll move on to the next guy. Right, so just be careful. Excuse me. Just be careful with the handle of the axe, because they are very... When it's to snip it off the sprue and it started bending, I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Just be careful with that. So that's all of his parts now. Yeah. So I'll leave him to dry for you know, an hour or so whilst I work on the rest. But when I show you how to put this guy together with the rest of the parts, the rest of them are going to be the same, because we'll have all the parts for each one in front of them. Even if I did 5, I showed you those ones first, and then come back with the next 5 bodies, and it's going to be the same thing. So anyway, I'm going to start getting the next piece ready. Right, so the next one needed is number 24 and number 25. I'm going to stiff them, clean them, and I'll show you how they go together. So guys, I'll show you, give you a point of reference. Still on the same sprue as the first one. There's the double-handed chain axe. It's these 2. Okay. Right, so the second guy, it's a very weird connection. There is that little piece there, and there's a little bar bit there that just slots in there. You can see the 2 waistlines go together. That's how that goes in. So I'm going to glue that into place and hold that into place, and I'll come back to you for the next pieces then. So the next piece needed is number 26, which is just below double-handed axe, as you can see. So we're taking those 2 pieces, now we're taking this piece. I'm going to snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. Right, again, the same as the first one. There are 2 little holes on there, and there's 2 little pins on there. I've put glue on it already. So that will just slot over the front, like so. Now, see those obvious on there? Don't worry about them, because the arm's going on there. That's smooth. It just looks like it's not, but it is. And what we do is, so the likes of the little join line there, we'll just drop a bit of plastic glue there. Just get rid of those join line. So the next piece that we need is number 27. We should be over this way with this piece somewhere, by the looks of it. Is it? No, it's not. You're going to tell me it's not there, is it? Oh yeah, it's that. Number 27. So I'm going to snip it, clean it, I'll show you how it goes on. Right, so this little piece, if to focus on there, has a little pin at the top there, okay, like a little ball. And then on the leg here, there's a little hole. So that just slots in there like so. So I'm going to glue that into place. I'm actually going to glue him to his base then, and then come back, because he's not in a dynamic pose like that this dude is. So at least he should be able to stand fully on the base. Right, so I'm actually going to chance my arm now and go back to the first guy. So this, on his leg here, this is the first guy now, yeah? On his leg, what's the focus in? There's a little pin just there. There's a little hole there, so that just slots on there like so. So I'm going to glue that into place, and we'll come back and show you how the arms go on and everything else. Now, when the head goes on the backpack, the arms, they are exactly the same for all models. Okay, the only difference is you have different options to use on different models. So I'm going to glue that into place. I'm going to show you how the arms, the backpacks and the head go on. Right, so the backpack, there is a little square, you see I put the glue. There's a little key there that goes on it, a little square key shall I say, and that just slots in there, like so. Okay. And the head, very straightforward. Very straightforward. And the arms, again this is very straightforward. One arm goes there, the axe on it, chain axe. And the bolt pistol, or the plasma pistol in my case, goes on this side. So I'm going to glue them into place and I'll come back and show you. Well, it's telling me, when it comes to shoulder pads, I'll show you, look, show me these two for this side, yeah? And then it's telling me number 3, which is any other shoulder pad for the other side. Let me tell you something right now. It doesn't matter what shoulder pads you put on what side, because they're universal to fit either side. So I'm going to glue these arms on, and then I come back and we're going to just look at shoulder pads, okay? Right, so there we are. Now I haven't put shoulder pads on. I've decided to wait for this guy. I'll probably do all the shoulder pads together, so it's not a big issue. I think that sculpt is absolutely the nuts. That's one of the best sculpts I've ever seen. Let me just show you this. I have one of these at hand. Let's grab this bad boy. Not him. Here's one of the old plastic sculpts. A lot of you remember these guys. They had bolt gun and chainsword. They're just, you know, look like it's seen better days. Still needs to be stripped down if I'm going to use it. But the other box of Khorne Berserkers has 12 in a box, so there's 24. So if I can gather another 6 of these guys, that can make another unit of 10. Or even if I just grab another 1, I can make another unit of 5. But yeah, look at the difference in the sculpts. Absolutely fantastic. This guy is just the nuts. Anyway, about chucking the old one on the floor. Right, so this guy's weapons, they're very specific for some reason, is number 29 or number 30, which is the plasma pistol, which is that one there. I'm going to give him the bolt pistol, number 29, and number 28, which is this chain axe. Okay, I'm going to snip them off, clean them down. I'm going to glue them on to set her out the way. Then I'll show you how to do the backpack, and then it's any head you want. Okay. So this guy's backpack's a bit different. He has the option to have an icon on it. Now, I would say if you're building these guys, put the icon on. It doesn't matter if you have one or not on there, because when you're playing the game, you can say, right, they have an icon or they don't have an icon. I think it costs 0 points, but just for looking at the model, how great it looks, you know, it's worth just a little bit extra. So the one we need first of his backpack is 96. So we've been taking these parts from, no, we've been taking his parts from here, but his backpack's here. Okay. So I'm going to snip that off, clean that down. And the other one we need is 126, which is this. There's only one of them. But that little piece at the back, at the bottom there, we need that. Okay. That weird little L shape, we need that. So I'm going to snip these off, clean these down and show you how they go together. And this is a pain to clean, this little piece. This is basically how it goes on. So you turn it around like that. That just slots into there. Now you've got your icon. And then the backpack goes on as normal. So I'm going to glue that together, glue that onto him. I'm going to pick any head and glue it in, and then put him to one side because the only thing left is shoulder pads. Right, so the third guy is number 10, number 9, sorry, and number 10. Okay, this is on the same sprue as double-handed axe. There's number 9. There's number 10. So I'm going to snip them off. By looking at it, I'd imagine these body parts are for the next guy. So I'm going to snip those two pieces off, clean them down and show you how they go together. Right, I'm going to show you this last body part that goes together. I'd imagine there's two pins, there's two holes. I'd imagine they're all the same. So what I'll do on the next one, I'll dry fit on. If it goes on slightly different or there's something different, I'll let you guys know. But apart from that, I'll just glue it together. Okay. Right, so the next two pieces, as I thought, number 11 and number 12. I'm going to snip these off, clean these down. I'll show you how these two go together and then how they go together on the model. Right, so this bad boy just glues into there like so. Okay, just into there. So you see where his belt buckle is. Change this colour into there. So I'm going to glue that into place and then I'll show you how the whole thing connects to the model. Right, so the body, there's a weird shape there. You see it's all wet up, it's gluing it already. There's a weird shape there, but you've got the three little bits that come down, the piping, that just slots in. See the side there? I just had it a minute ago. Come on, there we go. Just slots in like that. And don't worry about that, because the next bit then goes in. So the next piece we need is number 13, which of course is going to be an annoying piece, isn't it? There it is. So I'm going to snip that, clean that, and I'll show you how that goes on. Right, so I'm going to put some glue on this first of all. I'm going to put it along here. I'll show you on camera. Along here, because this is his belt buckle bit. And where that's a bit moody, that just slots on over the top layer like that. So that covers all that up. Yeah. Now I'm going to glue him into his base. He's in one of those dynamic poses, so I'm going to glue him in his base. Hopefully it holds, and then I'll come back with the weapons. This guy, he did not want to stand, he kept trying to fall apart on me. So this is going to be another one of those ones where I snip the parts off and leave it there and move on to the next guy. Ah, dear me. But anyway, he can have a pop pistol or plasma pistol. So that's number 15 or number 16. All of his parts have come from here. And number 11. This is an amazing little chain axe. I'm actually going to give him number 16, which is a plasma pistol. Now, when their 10th edition codex drops, if the unit has to be at least 10 strong to have more than one plasma pistol, or you can only have one or two guys with plasma pistol and then a sergeant, and end up with more, it doesn't matter, because you can just say, okay, one of them's a plasma pistol, one's a bolt pistol, doesn't matter. But I'm going to give him number 16, number 11, yeah. I'm going to snip them off, clean them down. I'm not going to glue them on yet, but I've shown you how they go on, so I don't need to show you again. It's pretty straightforward. There's the other side of it, so it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to leave him next to him. I'm going to snip a head off and clean the head down and glue that with next to him as well. So that's all, and a backpack as well. So that's all of his parts, and then I'll move on to the next guy. Right, so whilst he dries on his base, there's his parts. And I will say this, I might even make him the sergeant, because this head is absolutely the nuts. A little spice coming down, and wow. Anyway, this is for another day. Now I need 21 and 19. This is on the same sprue, because there's a double-handed thing. I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, glue them together. I don't need to show you how they go together, because I've already done that. Right, next two we need are 17 and 18. I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, show you how they go together. Right, this leg took me a little bit of time, because I was trying to pull it in. Basically, it goes in like that, clips in there. So his leg is up in the air. Okay, it's very, that's what it should look like on the outside. So that's how it clips in, yeah. Very weird connection. But I'm going to glue it into place, and I'll show you how the body goes on. Right, so this part now, it's not one of those lovely standing ones. As you can see, there's that mad bit there, that mad bit there, That just slots on over the top there like that. Don't worry about that little gap at the back there, because there's going to be something. Yeah, I can see it already. Something that goes into a little slot. So I'm going to glue it into place, and I'm going to glue him onto his base then. Okay. Right, so before I carry on with this guy needs to be done. But what I need to do is I need to leave these guys for a couple of hours, because they're in such dynamic poses. Trying to put the arms and stuff on and head, they're gonna come off, and I don't want that. With that said, this guy, the one I've just put on the base, his point of contact is huge, so he's actually gone on there quite nicely. Yeah, but I don't want to be messing around trying to put arms on and stuff. So I'm gonna leave it for a couple of hours, come back and do this guy. But I don't need to show you where all these bits go. The head, the backpack, the arms, I've already shown you there. So I'll come back and do this guy, and then I'll show you the parts for this guy, and then glue them on, and then I'll move on to the next guys after that. Okay. Right, so the next piece we need is number 20, which is this crazy little piece. Now this is where sanding sponge really comes into its own, because you can't really clean that down with a hobby knife. It's going to be, well, you can, but it's just very, very difficult. So I'm going to snip that off, clean it down, and show you how it goes on. Right, so I'm going to, there's a little hole just there. So I'm going to drop a little bit of glue there. And this piece I'm going to show you, it has a little pin there. So the pin goes in there, like so. So as it all swinging off the back of him, that's that. Yeah, now this guy is very interesting. He can be armed with the bolt gun and chain axe, okay, same as the others, and that would be number 22 and number 23. Let me just show you what that is on the sprue. There's number 22 and there's number 23. However, this guy is showing me can be armed with this big bad boy, so I'm going to go for this big bad boy because I want it to look really menacing. But the numbers he needs that first of all, and then the next one he needs, where are we? It's this one here, 125, yeah, and 124, which is a little funny arm. I'm just going to look for it and come back to you guys. Here's 124. Okay, so I'm going to snip that off. 124 is on the same sprue as the double-handed chainsword, which is another menacing model, no, menacing part. So I'm going to snip the 124 off. I'm going to show you how they all go together. Right, so here's where all the fun starts now. So we take this. You'll see there's a funny little bit in the hand there. This one has that funny little bit. Let me firing it everywhere. So that slots in there like so. Okay, slots in there. Obviously this arm goes on the side of the model, and this arm, yeah, goes on the other side of the model. But then it's a funny shape. Like there's a funny little divot in there, and that glues onto there. Okay, I'm not going to attempt to glue it on camera because it's going to be a pain in the backside, but I'm going to glue them on, put a head on him and a backpack, and then move on to the next guy. Right, so on to the next guy. The armor's actually wasn't that bad to put on. I glued the little hand into the top there first. I tried to glue the other arm on, it wouldn't hold on. So I glued that arm in, and then I glued that arm on and just slot into place. It wasn't the same as normal two-handed weapons where you glue one bit on, then glue the next bit, and just mess around with the hobby knife just to push it into place. Once I got it into place, it stayed there, so it's pretty good. Right, next pieces we need 31 and 32. Okay, this is on the sprue with all the heads on it. And don't need to show you how they go together because it's the same as the others. And so the next one we need is number 33. Just taking those two pieces. So 33, snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. Right, so this is very straightforward. There's a hole. As you see, I've already put glue onto it. There's a pin. It just slots in there like so. Okay, so make sure the back's okay. Yeah, there's no join lines or nothing like that. That's grand. So the next piece that we need, actually that's number 34. I did that wrong piece that we need before that, sorry, should have been number sorry, that was, hold up, hold on. This piece here is the piece we need. It's saying it's 34. The instructions are saying it's 33. Yeah, so those two are marked up wrong. Okay, so that should be number 34, that piece I've just put on. But the instruction, that's what the instructions tell me, but the sprue is saying number 33. So this is the one we need next. It says number 34, but it should be number 33, okay? Again, this piece is very straightforward. So there's those little bits sticking up. You can see the little holes in there. So that just slots into there. So I'm going to glue that into place. And it's another funny angle, but hopefully that's big enough to support the weight of it. And I'm going to glue that leg on, then glue it onto the base. Now, so this guy has the option of number 36 and 35, which is a chain sword and the bolt pistol. Let's see if it's on this sprue. Don't think it's on this one. Let's have a quick flick through this one. 36. I mean, that's that menacing one. Look at that. That's not the one anyway. 35 and 36. And I'm just put the first one in. No, it's not. Let's be on this one. Oh, there it is. Number 35, which is from the corner here, and number 36, the bolt pistol. I'm not going to go with this option, but I'm just trying to find something to show you. How are you going to hide everything on me? And I can't find that one offhand. But it's number 36, which is the bolt pistol arm, and number 35, which is the chain sword arm I showed you. But this guy, in the instructions, can also be armed with this bad boy. So I'm going to go with this one. And I need 128 to go with it. And 129, which is right next to it. So these three. I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, and then I'll show you how they go together. And then I'll glue them off camera again and add a backpack and a helmet to him. And I'll come back to you. Right, so it's a weird funny angle. So this one, see the funny angle? Just slots in there like so. Yeah. And obviously this piece then goes on this side of the model. And this one is another little bit there. And it just slots in that side. Okay, and again that goes on that side of the model. So I'm going to glue those onto him, and I said shoulders, then backpack, and I come on to the next guy. And so the next guy, this is the sixth guy now, number 39 and number 40, they're on the sprue, all the heads. Okay, so they're over here. I'm going to snip and clean them, glue them. I'm going to show you how they go. And so the next one we need is number 37, which is one right next to the heads. I'm going to snip that, clean that, and I'll show you how it goes on. Right, the way this guy goes on, he has that funny little skull on top there, and there's a little curved bit there, so that just slots. I just go in there like that. Okay, and it just slots in the back there, just slots in there, in place. There's a little step bit in there, just slots in there nicely. So I'm going to glue that into place, and I'll come back for the next piece then. Right, the next one we need is number 38. So we just took 37, which is next to the heads. There's number 38. I'm going to snip it, clean it, I'll show you how it goes on. And so this piece, that's the back of his leg. The slots in there like so. Okay, the slots in there. So I'm going to glue it into place, and then I'm going to glue into his base, and then I'm going to come back to you for the next pieces. And so the next piece we need is number 41. So we've just taken these pieces here for this guy, and we need number 41. Again, it's still on the same head as the sprue as the heads. So I'm going to snip it off, clean it down. I'll show you how that goes on. Right, this piece is very nice and very easy. There is a, stay in focus. Oh my goodness me, so tight. Okay, let's start this way. There's a pin on the leg there. There's a hole. So literally just slots on. Is it that way around? Yeah. So the grenade's on top of this, bit weird though. Yeah, because it's a gun holster. Yes, it slots on that way around. So I'm going to glue that into place, and then I'm going to come in and do the next piece. There we are. So the next piece we need is number 42, which is this little pile of chains and skulls, which looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to snip that, clean that, I'll show you how that goes on. Right, so there's a little gap in his belt, as you can see. There is actually, if you focus in, turn this around, there's a little bit that sticks out there. Okay, so that just slots into there. See that bit there? It just slots into it. So it's sort of hanging off of him. So I'm going to glue it into place. It's going to be one of those annoying things you have to hold. I'm going to glue it into place, and then I'm going to come back to you for the next piece. Right, so his weapon arm, number 43, which is an amazing weapon, and 44. I don't need to show you how they go on. This is very straightforward. And all he needs then is a head and a backpack, which is a nice one there. I'm going to stick those all on, and I'll come back for the next guy then. Right, next one needed is number 45 and number 46. Again, this is on the same sprue with the heads. So there's 46 and there's 45. I'm going to stiff and clean them, glue them together. I don't show you how because it's already shown you. And then we need number 47, which is this one here. Okay, so it's just down from the heads. I'm going to snip it, clean it, I'll show you how it goes on. This is very straightforward. It just slots in there, like so. Okay, so I'm going to glue that on, and then I'm going to come back for the next piece. Right, so the next one you need is number 48. It's just from the head. I'm going to snip it, clean it, I'll show you how it goes on. Right, so this leg, as you can see, has that weird cross shape. There's a little pin in there that just slots in there. Okay, so I'm going to glue that into place. It should just slot on. Yeah, it just slots in there like so. If you're not sure, look, that's the top of the knee pad. So I'm going to glue that into place, then glue him onto his base, and then come back to you for the next pieces. Right, what he needs now is number 49, number 50, a backpack, and a head. Again, I don't need to show you how the arms go or the backpack or the head goes because I've already done that. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, glue them onto him, and then we'll move on to the next guy. Right, so the next pieces we need are number 51 and 52. Okay, it's on the same sprue with the heads. So I'm going to snip those two pieces off, clean them down, and show you how they go together. It's very easy, this piece. So there's that funny weird shape there. Let me drop in here. You'll see there's that funny little shape. That just slots in there like so. So I'm going to glue that on. Come back for the next piece. Right, so the next piece we need is number 53. So we've just taken these two pieces, so we need this one now. Again, I don't need to show you how that goes on because it's the back of his body. It goes on the top up here, So I'm going to clip that up and glue it into place and then come back to the next leg. The next piece we need is number 54, which is this piece. We've just taken these three, so I'm going to snip that, clean that and show you how it goes on. So this piece, as you can see, it's a funny little circle, it's a funny little pin that just glues into there, like so. So I'm going to clean this down, glue it into place, glue him onto his base, and then come back and show you what weapons he has. Right, so I need number 55, which is this one here, it's a chainsword. Number 56, which is bolt pistol, and then any head and the backpack. I don't need to show you how they go on because I've already done that, so I'm going to snip and clean them, glue them on, and that's him done. Right, so the next one needed is number 57 and number 58. Again, I'm going to snip and clean them, glue them, because I don't need to show you how they go together, just front and back of the body. Right, so now we need number 60, which is this one here. So I'm going to snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. Right, so I've already put a bit of glue in there, but this is the best way to do it from behind. So you can see there's a funny wedge shape in there. There's a funny wedge shape in there. It literally just goes on there. And if you come behind, you can see how it just, come on, don't mess around now. Just, of course it's going to misbehave. There we go. Just slots in. Yeah, you'll notice there's a funny little gap there. That's because there's stuff that hangs off of him. But that's the bit you want to look at the back here. Okay, so you can see that's in properly. So the next piece needed is number 59, which is this piece here. I'm going to snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. That's another easy one. So you've got to see this funny weird shape. There's a flat piece there. So you put it on, okay, and then just turn it. There we go. That's what it looks like. Now I've just noticed the back of that leg there, there's a horrible casting line. It's going up the foot there. But don't panic about anything like that when you're building a model. If you've missed something, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you why it doesn't matter. Because when it's all dry and it's a solid piece of plastic, yeah, you can go back over with a sanding sponge or a hobby knife and just clean up any bits that you've missed. There's no issues. Right, so the next piece we need is number 61, which is this piece here. So we're going to take it all from here. So 61, I'm going to snip it off, and we need 62. So I'm going to snip these two pieces off, clean them down. Now this piece, yeah, there's a funny little lip that sticks up. Yeah, so just be careful when you're cutting that. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down. I'll show you how they both go on. Right, so that funny little dip in there, I put some glue into it. So you take your chains, yeah, skull has to be facing outwards, and that just sort of lips onto there. It's one of those things you have to hold for a minute or so. So it takes hold. I'm going to go off camera and do it. And there we are. It's still a bit flimsy on me because the glue hasn't set yet. So this little gun pouch actually has a weird, if I can get it in my hands properly, a little nook on that side, and that should go in the back here somewhere. It's not exactly showing me where it goes, but it goes somewhere on the back of him. Okay, just underneath his belt buckle. I think it goes along this part here. I think that little nook is for the edge of that bad boy. So I'm going to glue that into place because it's starting to come off now. Glue that into place and then come back and we'll go through the weapons he has. I'm slightly mistaken. It doesn't go on that side, it goes on this side. So now I'm going to get the arms, and we'll go through the arms what we need for this guy. So the weapons for this guy are 63 and 64. We've just taken from around there. Then any backpack and any head. So I'm going to glue those on, so I don't show you how to do that, I've already done that. Glue those on, and we'll go back for the last guy then. Right, so we're finally on to the last guy. So the first two pieces we need is number 66 and number 65. I'm going to snip and clean them. I don't need to show you. Oh, dear me. I don't need to show you how they go on because I've already done that. So I'm going to snip and clean them, glue them together. And next thing we need is 67, which is this one. I'm going to snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. Right, so this is very straightforward. This just slots into there. Okay, like so. So the next one we need, we'll go with 69, which is this one here. I'll snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. Right, so I've just put some glue onto it, but there's a little pin that sticks out there, and it just comes in here and glues into there. It's going to be difficult once we hold it, just like that. So the next piece that we need is going to be number 68. So I'm going to clip that, clean that, glue that on. Then I'm going to clip it, clean it, show you how it goes on, and then glue them to the base. Right, so this one goes on the other side, same way. There's a little bip on it, just slots in there like so. So now I'm going to glue him to his base, and I'll come to for the next piece. Right, so the next one we need is number 70. I'm going to clip it, clean it, and show you how it goes on. Right, this piece, there is the little circle in there, and on his leg here, there's the same little circle. So I'm going to glue it onto place, and I'm going to come back to you for the next for his weapons. Right, so his weapons are 71, which is this amazing chainsword, 72, okay, backpack and a head, and he's done. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to talk about the shoulder pads, because there are different types of shoulder pads here. So we've got ones with the Worldeaters symbol on it, okay, and we've got ones with the Khorne symbol on it. There's some more Khorne symbol ones, absolutely amazing, and some Worldeater ones. We also have, where are they? These amazing bad boys, which are little sort of half pauldrons. Now, what the instructions are telling me, let's take this guy for example, okay, this type of shoulder has the full pauldron. This type of shoulder has the little half pauldron. Now, in all honesty, I don't think it really matters what pauldron you put on them, because I think they're going to look cool either way. I would go for, if you're going to go with a full pauldron, I would try and go with one Worldeater one and one Khorne one. I don't think there's enough though, is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 7 Worldeater ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 10 Worldeater ones, which means 1 for each of them, and there's 7 Khorne ones. Yes, there's some more there, and then there's just like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 of the half ones. Now, it's up to you what ones you use. I'm going to try and use as many of the half ones as possible, and then try and use some Worldeater ones. Now, that's the first thing I say, because I want to try and save some of some other pauldrons for the old plastic ones I have with the weapons and stuff like that. There's a lot of bits left over from here. But the next thing I say is, this is a Worldeater unit, but you could run this as a Chaos Space Marine unit, with the mark of Khorne. Obviously, the likes of these big weapons would just count as a normal weapon, or you could say, okay, I'm going to run these as, you know, a heavy weapon or a special weapon, because there's two distinctive ones. I'd run them as just normal bolt pistol and chainsword or chain axe. I say chain axe. In the Space Marine list, I don't think they can have chain axes. I think they can have chain swords and bolt pistols. One sergeant can have a plasma pistol, and I think up to 2 models can have a plasma pistol, and then they can have an icon, and one model can have the book, the magic thing, the tome. I don't know exact rules for it, but if there's over 5 models in a unit, one model can be armed with a special weapon or a heavy weapon, but you can't have the same special weapons in the same unit or the same heavy weapons in the same unit. So you couldn't have a 10-man team with 2 lash cannons or 2 Reaper guns or 2 plasma guns. They have to be different, but you can have like a metal gun and a plasma gun, or a flamer and a metal gun, that type of thing, or heavy bolter and a Reaper gun. It's, you know, Reaper auto cannon thing. It's not. What would I give these guys difficulty rating? I'd probably give them a 5, and that's a loose 5. The reason why is some of the poses are so dynamic. They look fantastic, absolutely amazing, but they're so dynamic that you have to glue it and wait for it to dry properly before you start adding this other stuff to it. And of course, this is a Khorne unit, so blood for the blood guard. I cut myself on the spikes, some of the spikes. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this video hits some people and helps them with, you know, building these guys, because there's 3 sprues and they are just full of bits, and it is a little bit of wool. If you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel in a massive way. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything that I produce. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people. And to answer the questions before they start flying into my messenger, yes guys, the Worldeater Army should be very soon on the way. Just another 30 of these guys. Not these guys, but there's 24 of the older ones to do, and then I've got the older ones to convert up ready for table. So it should be 40 in total, but I think I've got an army list with 30 of them in there, so something like that. But anyway guys, thank you for watching. Hit the buttons for me. I'm going to bring you down and show you some pretty pictures. Until next time, take it easy guys.